off their World Cup campaign up against the bloody Dutch. Who's going to get off to a flyer? Who's going to get off to a stinker? I've got a Senegal fan on the line and we're going to talk all about it next. That's right, folks. Back again with another World Cup Rivals video. Today we're chatting with a Senegalese fan as, of course, they kick off their tournament up against the bloody Orange. That's right. Who will kick off with a stinker? Who will kick off with a belter? Well, that's all of those questions in a second, of course. Big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, bang it. All things Rovers related, Chime Senegal fans related, World Cup related. We're going to know here, boys. Under one Ruski, of course. Yes, I appreciate you standing by for giving us a bit of your thoughts, of course, as we get closer to the kickoff. But for my small corner of the universe on YouTube, tell them your name, where you're calling me from, and maybe something Senegalese about yourself.
My name is Abib Diop, and I'm from Senegal. Most like Rufisque is the town where I'm from, which is in the capital, Dakar, and I'm based in London for over 10 years right now.
Alrighty then, of course, Senegal do kick off their campaign up against the Dutch. Of course, what are your feelings heading into the match and, of course, the tournament itself?
Like all the Senegalese fans, we are very confident, and as a winner of the African Cup of Nations, it's something that has given us a boost, and we really believe that we can do something amazing in this World Cup.
Now, well, of course, African nations are trying to go to reach the next level in World Cup football. Of course, never got past the quarterfinal stages. But what are Senegal's hopes and dreams for this year's tournament? Do they have hopes? Quarterfinals, maybe even the semis? What do you think about this year's chances?
Trying to do better than we did in 2002 in Korea and Japan. That's when we went up to the quarterfinal. Which is the farthest that an African nation has gone. So we want to move a bit forward, aiming for the semi-final, which has never been done by an African Cup. And if we can get to the final and win it, then it's a plus.
Alrighty then, of course, now a lot of focus will be put onto Sadio Mane, of course, for Senegal in this Qatar 2022. But the chances of him featuring the opening game pretty slim, I think, considering there was question marks about his inclusion in the squad. But if we take him out of the consideration, who is the man that's going to get us off our seats with excitement for Senegal?
As you mentioned, Sadio Mane is a big asset for us, but he was injured. And I think even if he made it, then I am not going to count that much on him because I know that he's not 100%. But obviously, Senegal is a big squad and all of them are big players. So I think we can do something without Sadio, but with him it would be much better. So the one I would suggest to have a look out at two people mainly, which is on the midfield, we have someone called Patesis. He's playing on Rayo Vallecano in Spain. And the other one is Iliman Ndiaye. He's playing in England, it's Sheffield United. Those two are the ones to look out for. It's their first participation and they're doing quite good in their club. And when they came to the national team, they did quite well.
Now, of course, you do kick off your campaign up against the Dutch. What worries you about the Dutch heading into this opening game?
You know, it can be good, it can be bad as a first participation. It's lack of experience, but it can be as well a boost. Because if we remember, in 2002, we did so good and all our players, it was their first participation. Nobody knew them like internationally. They did quite good. And after the World Cup, they all had big clubs. So I'm hoping that this is going to be an advantage for us, that it's their first participation and they want to really show what they got.
Now, of course, you're heading into this tournament with great expectations. But if you were the man pulling the strings and picking the 11, who would you go for? From the goalkeeper all the way through to your forwards?
Written down so that I don't forget. So I would go for Mendy as a goalkeeper, Koulibaly and Pape Abdou Cissé. Pape Abdou Cissé is playing in Greece. He's playing in Greece. So those two as a pair of centre backs. And I will have on my left back Abdou Diallo, who is playing in Leipzig. I would have on the right back as Youssouf Sabali. He's playing in France. And the two midfielders, holding midfielders, I'll go for Pape Gueye in Marseille and Patesis, the one I just mentioned, which is playing in Rayo Vallecano. And as a false 9, I'll go for Ilimanjai for number 9. And on the sides, I'll go for Ismail Assar on the left, and Krépin Diatta, who's playing in Monaco, on the right. And as a striker, main striker standing, I'll go for Boulaye Dia. He's playing in Italy. So I'll go for those, yeah.
Now, of course, there is another game going on in Group A. It's the opening game. It's Qatar up against Ecuador. What do you want to happen in that game? But what do you also think will happen in that game?
When you win your first game, your hope is higher. So I would expect a draw, and so that's going to give us a bit advantage. If the first game, if you win it, well, it gives you more chances to go through. So I'm expecting a draw between Qatar and Ecuador.
Now, the all-important money question here. What, of course, do you think the final score will be between the Dutch and, of course, Senegal?
Because we have good defense, I think we're not going to concede. So I'll go for 2-0.
Now, I appreciate you coming by here, giving up a bit of your time. And, of course, we'll look forward to catching up with you as, of course, the tournament bubbles up. And hopefully, a long tournament for Senegal. So, hopefully, this will be the first of many chats. So, I do appreciate it. Make sure, of course, you guys out there, smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, smash some love here on the channel. Of course, if you're a Senegalese fan, make sure you give some love to the channel. But until then, guys, check the links down below, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. And, of course, and you can also be on here, of course, talking about this World Cup. We got World Cup Daily, of course, from the 20th of November onwards. You could be a part of the show. And that's all to be revealed a little bit later on. But until then, guys and girls, we'll see you soon for the next one, because we've got a lot of content right here at Blackburn Overseas.